So just have a look at here the opacity. This is a property called opacity property, or also known as transparency here. See that. So this is the default opacity here. The third one. This is the default opacity, and opacity with 0.5 and 0.2. Okay, let it be. Did you see that the image darkness reduced here by the opacity? If it is zero opacity, in the sense completely that will be hidden. Okay, from 0.1, so little bit, very lightly it appears, very light, right? Okay, and completely if you set it to 1, there is a default darkness of an image. Not only for images, you can apply the opacities even for the text also. Okay, so this is the property opacity. 0 means no display, and 1 means the default. From you can start from 0.1 to till 1.0. Okay, yeah, and you know this one, the filter here, this is not for Chrome, this is for IE8. Okay, I think we can remove this. Right now we are not using IE8, so everyone is using IE10 or above nowadays, and also the Microsoft Edge is also available in Windows 10. So opacity works in Microsoft Edge also. Okay, you know this transparent over here. See that what just happened? By default the opacity is going to be 0.5 here. When you hover on that image, when your mouse is over on that image, the opacity changed to 1.0. See, default image opacity is 0.5. When image gets a hover effect, the opacity is going to be 1.0. That's it. Okay, so very easy property here. And the transparent boxes. So opacity 1, 0.6, 0.3, 0.1. So how to get this columns? Just float left. Okay, make your divs and float left, and try to give the opacity order from descending. Opacity sorted in descending order. For first column 1, for second column 0.6, for third column 0.3, for fourth column 0.1. Even you can mention this with RGBA also, not a problem. Okay, you can maintain with RGBA. So transparent boxes, we can make a transparent boxes like this, just like this. There was a background image. On the top of the background image you have some text box. So the text box have an opacity. See the opacity here 0.6. The transparent box having the 0.6 opacity. Then it appears like that. Okay, and you can make some overlays. Maximum will be making some overlays like this also. Did you hear about the pop-ups at any time? Pop-up means, let me show you a demo pop-up. So here we call them as models, also known as pop-ups. See there. Let me launch a pop-up. So how the background appears in dark color. See there. That was inactive. Actually here a div will be loaded dynamically. This one. This is called fade in. A fade effect. The fade effect is nothing but this opacity here. See the opacity. If you set the opacity to 0, see, it will not appear. If it is 1, then it appears. Okay, and this is the dialog. Just a second. Okay, the opacity having some transition like a 0.15. Okay, so based on this opacities here, we can maintain some overlays. Overlays, you can see some dark overlay happened on the top of the screen and bottom of this pop-up. So this is a model box. Uh, Behind this model box we have an overlay, and there is an overlay between the actual screen and this box, between this box and the actual screen. Okay, the parent screen, there was some overlay here. Okay, so that overlay opacity will be increased when you click on this button. When you close the button, the overlay will be removed by setting the opacity to 0. Okay, happened, then remove. Okay, so it was disappeared when you click on that close button. So this is completely JavaScript action, but still JavaScript also using the CSS. Not just a JavaScript, it's about jQuery. Completely it's a jQuery. Okay, what are the code here? We have the JavaScript code that was a jQuery code here. So this is a jQuery program. Okay, I'll speak about it after JavaScript. Okay, so you can make the type of overlays by using opacity property. Then navigation bar. Yeah, did you see here? A list item can be make as navigation. You can make a list item as navigation. So already we did this navigation also. Got it? Beginning at the time of layout, we have done a navigation. Okay, that's okay. Hope you are good at that navigation. Now let us speak about the drop down. How can you make a drop down? We'll make our own drop down because a drop down will have a lot of properties where you need to organize a lot of properties over there. Let me show you how to be done. An order list with a list item. Don't need too much. Too many items are not required. This is enough. 4, 3, 2. Okay. Assume that there was a sub items available. I mean the sub list is available in the item 2. So when you hover on the item 2, a drop down should appear. Then the sub list should be open. Okay, like item 2 1, 2 2, 2 3, 2 4. And don't forget to close the unordered list which you have opened internally, which is a nested list. This is a nested list which is a part of this second list item. If you want, you can make a sublist even for rest of the items also. Okay, let me provide for item 4. Okay. Hmm. So just display the skeleton. So this is a skeleton. Let us apply some skin to this. I mean, we need to write the CSS for that. Okay. In the style tag here, first of all, unordered list. Just select the unordered list and make the list list type as none. Mm, list style right? Yeah, list style. Okay. So completely there were no buttons. I mean bullets are not there now. They're completely removed from the list because of the list style as none. If you set it as none, no list will be having the bulleted. Okay. Now let us float every list item from left to right. Float left. It will be like this. Okay. And let me make a class name for this. Now. Assume that now. Okay. In the now, so what just happened here? I selected the class as now, and the direct childs of the nav is going to be li. So only the direct childs, I mean item 1, item 2, item 3, item 4 will be selected but not the sublist. The main list items will be selected but not the sublist items. When if you give the class like selector like this, so what does it mean? It takes every list item in ul. Okay, this one are in ul. Next, all these four items are also in the another unordered list. So it will be choosing list item from unordered list as well as list item from unordered list. So whatever the float left you are applying, that will be applied even for the sublist also. But I don't want it to be happen for the sublist. I just want to make the main list only the main list item. Okay, the main items to be floated left and the sublist to be flowed from top to bottom. But that means default flow. Let it be in the default flow. That's why I'm just creating a class here. A class now. Okay. Even if you give the space here, it will be selecting all the list items from the nav, including the main list items and sublist items. That's why I given greater than. Greater than in the sense it chooses only the direct childs but not subchild. Space here, space means it selects all the direct childs as well as subchilds. I don't want to select the subchilds, I just want to select only the direct child. Selecting only direct childs and applying the float left to that direct childs only, but not to the subchild. Now subchild will be floated from top to bottom as it is in the default flow. Only this one, the main items, will be floated from left to right. Okay, and yesterday I told you the list item will have a default, the unordered list or order list will have a default padding. So the padding space will be given for the bullets actually, but right now we have removed the bullets from the unordered list. So how can you save that space? How can you remove that space which is occupied by the padding? See the padding. This is the padding space. How to remove the padding space? So this is to be applied for every list item, but not only to the parent. I mean not only to the main items. Even you can see for the main, because it was floating from left to right, but still it acquires the space. Okay. Anyways, for every list item, what you have to do? Padding hyphen left to be 0. Just set the padding left as 0. List item, not list, still the space. Okay. Unfortunately, this list item is not getting that. What is the problem? Okay, we'll specify that. In unordered list, another unordered list, then the list item. It selects unordered list from unordered list, then chooses the list item. Oh, okay, sorry. See, we need to remove the padding for the unordered list. Okay, so not to the list item, but to we remove the padding for the list only, for the unordered list only. Okay, then I'll give it here. See, there is no padding space now. Exactly, that was like a box. Okay. Now let us provide some width and height to every list item here. Okay, I'll give here width as 150 px. Oh, this is too much. Half of it is enough. Okay, 80 pixel. Then apply background color. And also some padding. Okay, let it be 6 pixel. Item 1, item 2, item 3 and item 4. Right. Okay, by default this sublist should be hidden. This should not be displayed by default. I would like to hide it by default. How can I do that? So the unordered list, in an unordered list, or you can choose like in every list item, if we have an order list, just make the display property to none. So display as none for which one? Unordered list. And that unordered list was a child to list item. So the internal list, the nested list will be hidden now. Okay. Display as none. Yeah. Let us apply some hover effect for this list items. So dot nav, li over. If we over on that, just apply some background as wait, I'll change this background color also. Change the color white smoke. Okay, then see, while making the hyperlinks like list items, they'll be getting some click. So if you click on that particular item, you'll be moving to next page on some other website also. So better to make some hyperlink would be better. Okay. So make this text in the hyperlink, but not directly in the list item, because list item is not a clickable, but hyperlink can be clickable, right? Okay. Shit. Yeah, done. So by default, the hyperlink appears like that. Now we need to take care about the styling of that hyperlink as well. Okay. Choose the anchor tag. The anchor tag text hyphen decoration to be none. Text decoration none in the sense you'll not be getting the underline. And change the text color. How to change the text color? By color property. #000. That means black color. Okay. Yeah. Now get back to the hover. If we hover on that, first of all, the background color should be changed. Okay. Let us change the background color first. Apply a gray color like this, and align the text to the center. Okay. How will you align that to the center? Whether list item to be aligned center or anchor tag should be aligned center. So for this anchor tag, text hyphen align as center. Not here. I think we can apply it for a list item itself. text align center. Yeah, now was aligned to the center. Then just focus on the color here. When I over on this, when mouse is over, background color changes, that's fine. Even the text color should also be changed. For that, what I have to do? Now, li over, when you over on that, the anchor tag text color should be changed. So when you over on the li, background color is okay, fine, that was gray. That is a background color of list item but not anchor tag. Now choosing the anchor tag, change the text color as white. Okay, now the text color changed to white. Okay, so when you come to the particular menu item, I would like to change the cursor as well. The cursor point, how will you change it? The cursor as pointer. I can see some hand symbol on that. Okay, yeah, everything is okay, but where is the sublist? Where is the drop down? When I over on this, the drop down should appear there. Where is the drop down? Okay, now let us display the drop down. So on nav, list item over, then the unordered list, then the unordered list display should be block. Block means display. Did you see there? Okay, list item appears here, the sublist items appears, but there was no styling. So let us style the sublist as well. How do you want it to be appear? You can style. Okay, so this is the unordered list. So which color you would like to apply for this? Background hash. Yep. Mm. And by default you'll be getting the padding, right? Let us remove the padding. No, we should not do the padding for this. Actually, that is a pair. The padding is from the parent. Did you see the padding is available with the parent out there? I'll do one thing. What I do is I'll remove the padding for the list item, but I'll give the padding for hyperlink. To the hyperlink, just apply the padding. This one, no luck. anchor tag. No. Okay, no problem. We'll take care about the padding here. Okay, fine. Okay, the internal unordered list, which is display none. Okay, fine. Whenever it is blocked here, whenever it's blocked here, just change the background as white, or even white smoke, a light color. Okay, light color is fine. Then the LIUL, so whatever you have done for the main list items like float left, that should not be applied, but you can maintain width. Background color is also already over. Yeah, I'll set the margin left to 0. How can you grab this space? Okay, -6 here, and margin hyphen right. -6. Still margin top is there. Margin hyphen top. Sorry, that should be +6. Okay, +6. Because that was the padding which is occupied by the parent. And we are completely removing that padding. Margin bottom. It will be like that. Okay, fine. So how can you write it in shortcut? Margin.
So this is when you only for inspecting?
Yeah, I mean just inspecting there, but that will not be reflected to source code.
Okay.
Yeah. So actually we have specified here margin left, right, top, bottom, but here how can you write it in shortcut like margin? First the top should be done. Top is -6 pixel. Sorry, top is +6 pixel. Then right, right is -6. Then bottom -6. Then left -6. This is a shortcut way of writing this one. Left, sorry, first top here, right here, bottom, and left. So this is the margin. Refresh or go to. Okay, fine. Now the list items are very close. Better to apply some padding to the internal list item as well, the sub list items. How can you choose them? Li, ul, li. Of course, you are choosing the list items of another list, which is already in the list item. Okay. Display, not display, padding. Okay, now this is fine. Then next, apply some over effect. So for over effect, both of the parent and sublist also have both are having the same type of effect, like gray. I just wanted to be appear in the gray color and white color when I over on that. So why can't I reuse the same thing like this here? Not view this one, but here. Okay, if I remove the nav, it works, right? See, again, no need to write for the internal list item. You can just reuse whatever you had done there. Item 3 not over. For item 4 we have that. Right, this is like how we can do the drop downs. Clear? Any doubts, questions here? Any property or any selector? Please let me know if you can't understand anything here. Yeah, any doubts here? Any property or selector?
No doubt.
Okay. Right. Let me apply some transition effect to this. When I over on that, see, uh, the effect here, there was no animation or transition for this effect. It just appears like that. If you would like to make a smooth transition, this is not a smooth transition, this is a hard transition. Let us make some smooth transition by applying some transition property. This is also not smooth, this is a hard transition. We need to go for the CSS transitions. Transitions are CSS 3 properties. They'll not be working in CSS2 supported browsers. Nowadays, most of the browsers supports CSS3. Yeah, did you see here? So WebKit transition, the WebKit. So this is for Safari, Chrome like that. So some properties will be supported directly by the name, by the web browsers, and some of properties will not be supported by all the web browsers. Then we need to apply some hyphen with prefix. So WebKit is an prefix which is a parent. WebKit is the engine of the Chrome engine. Chrome web browser engine name is WebKit engine. Okay. Wherever you find a WebKit, see that was for Safari as well as for the Chrome. Of course, Safari is also using the Chrome engine. Okay. For Internet Explorer, we have the MS. For Mozilla Firefox, MOZ. What are the prefixes? Hyphen, MOZ hyphen. So this is for Mozilla Firefox. Hyphen MS. This is for Microsoft. Next, WebKit for Chrome and Safari. Okay. So what I'm saying is, of course, the Chrome engine actually directly supports the transition. When you want to apply the same transition for the Safari, you just have to use the WebKit. and some properties will not be worked directly by the name for Chrome engine. Then for the Chrome also you have to use a WebKit. So these are browser compatibility properties. So these properties will not be compatible by by all the browsers. So without using that specific transition, I mean the prefix, we cannot work it out on multiple browsers. Okay. So just take care about this. Right now I don't have Safari web browser here to show you that without a WebKit transition, but you can just work it out. I think you can open on your mobile phone. Okay. Because you may be using iPhone. iPhone will have the Safari by default. Yeah. Anyways, let me apply the transition for which property and how many seconds. Okay. For which property and how many seconds. Get back to a drop down code. Let me apply the transition. Yeah. Over. Okay. Yeah. Here. The list item. Here we're changing the background color of the list item. For that one, I'm going to apply the transition. Transition. For which one we need to apply the transition? For list item. Whenever the background color changes, I just want to apply the transition. Okay. So transition for which property? Background. How many seconds of transition you'd like to apply? Okay, let it be 2 seconds. 2 seconds is very huge. Okay, 1 second is enough. Within a second, the color will be changed. Smoothly, the color will be changed. Did you see that? A smooth transition between the item to item. Right? This is transition. If you want to reduce that now 1 second also you can reduce 0.6. 0.6 means 0.6 seconds. Half of a second almost. It will be fast. The transition will be a little bit fast here than 1 second. Okay. Then let us apply it for the list item also. I mean the sublist item. So immediately it appears. When I hover on this, the list item here, it immediately appears. The nested list appears immediately. Let us apply some transition for that one also. Take an another list. Apply the transition on display. I think you cannot apply transition on display. I'll write opacity. Opacity 0. Transition on opacity for 1 second. Model list is the hover. Yeah, here. So whenever the unordered list is about to display, change the opacity to 1. So applying the transition opacity, the default opacity is 0, and this is the right now the current opacity here. No, no luck. Let me do one thing. Okay, this is fine, but complete unordered list to be hidden. Wait a second. Actually, on display it won't work. I know that. Uh, how can you make it float? I've done it in my recent project also. What I've done? It should not be display. I know that. Definitely opacity. Or else I'll do one thing. Instead of display none, I'll use a different property here. That is called visibility. You can also do this. By default, the visibility is hidden. When you hover on that, you can make the visibility as visible. The value is visible. Okay, visibility visible to display that, hidden. But by default, you'll be getting that. Both are same. Okay. transition something here. Okay. Okay, fine, no problem. Let me check it in my project. I've done that in a different way, but I'm not getting it exactly right now. 2D, 3D. Okay. Uh, these transforms actually to rotate the box and text in a different way. How can you make a different transformations from here? Okay. See that rotation by the rotate method. This is translate, and the original will be translated like that. Okay, from the original it will be translated, duplicate will be happen. These are the animations completely. And scale function, scale is a little bit different. So nothing but like zooming, if you think that if a div is not like which is not visible, which is not readable, and you can make scaling for that. So when if you apply the scale, it will be zoom in automatically. Change the value 3 scaling effect. If we keep on increase the value, that will be zooming. Okay, and you can make small box also like this. Okay, so when I hover on this, I would like to zoom in this box. How can I zoom in? Or let us take an image. We'll take an image. We have a lot of images here. Oh, something wrong. Okay, I'll take this tree image. One icon. What is that name? One icon. It was in images. img src is equal to images slash one hyphen icon. Is it jpg or png? We need to check. Png file dot png. Scale effect dot html. Yeah, so you can use a scale function on transform. The property name is transform, and the function, the value for the transform is going to be different values. Okay, translate is a value, and rotate is a value, scale is a value. So we have different values for the transform. So let us write the style, inline style, image tag, choose the image tag, apply the transform as scale one by one. One by one is huge. Okay, let me reduce 0.1 comma 0.1. It's very less. Or we'll do one thing. We'll remove the transform. We'll make default width and height. That would be better. Default width as 100 pixel. Let it be. So when I hover on that image, I would like to zoom in. IMG over transform scale. Okay, make it as 1 by 1 or 2 by 2. Did you see that? Image gets zoom in. And how to align the image to the center of the screen? Margin 0, auto. Sorry, that should be in the div. Then you can maintain the margins. Okay. So remove this for the div. So for the image. Now div, choose the div, margin, and apply some width, 50%. Okay. If you want, you can align some top also. Position as relative by default, and the top 100 pixel. See that? Okay. And if you would like to apply some transition for this, you can apply. If you want, you can apply the transition. Transition on which property? Transform. Apply for 2 seconds. Now slowly zoom in. Not applied. Transition. Is there any spelling mistake? Transform. Okay. Spelling mistake. Okay. Transform. Transition on transform. 2 seconds. No luck. Oh, see. Why should we apply transition on the div? Why should I apply this both of them on the div? You need to apply it for the image, right? Okay, because image gets a transition effect. Animation. Okay. Okay, so these are the properties for transition. I think you can check it out from this site, because animations are not that much important for UX developing. Very rarely US people use the transitions. I mean, not only transitions, they don't like the animations first of all. If it is Indian company, they'll be impressed by the animations. So most of these companies will not prefer the animations mostly. So don't focus on animations. Okay, just for your information only. I'm just discussing this one. This is rotate function. Okay, and some transitions can be infinite also. You can make infinite transition as well. Animations. Go to the animation. You see there was a function animation duration here. So this animation duration, if you give it as infinite, that animation, whatever you have done for that, that will be keep on repeating. See there, iterations count. Duration is per second. Okay, the count is going to be infinite. Based on this iteration duration, the count is going to be infinite. If we have the limited count, after 3 or 4 times, the animation will be stopped automatically. If the count is infinite, it will keep on repeating the animation effect like this. See, it will be stopped. It will not be stopped at any time. There is no stopping time for this. It's an infinite. If the count was 3, 1, 2, 3, stopped. After 3, it was stopped. Okay, so there are some properties like animation name, animation duration, animation iteration, not required for you, I can say. So whenever if it is important, so when you get the job role like a job description like animations, okay, then just call me, I'll discuss about these animations, but not required now. 90% people will not ask the animations. Don't just focus on that, just target on the rest of the properties. There are a lot of important properties we have, like how to get a drop down positions, okay, opacities, pseudo classes, alignments, okay, tables, lists, lot of things are there. Box model, and this one is important, the forms. So even forms can also be styled like this. So what is the property? Width. So just we have applied, they have applied the width property. Every input element can accept the border, can accept the width, height, padding, everything. So by default, every input element will accept all the properties. So you can apply what are the properties we have learned so far for the input elements as well. See the input element here. There was a lot of space between the text and border because of the padding. Did you see the padding here? Because of this padding. And the width of that input box is 100%. That's why it occupies total 100% of its parent. This is a div, and this is the 100% of the div, where the input element occupies 100% horizontal space of its parent. Okay. Border, you can change the border. I told you the borders, border radius. No new properties. Everything is an older property here. Even you can apply some background colors also. Background color. No newer properties are available here. Everything we have discussed already. Just follow those for the input elements. Okay. Yeah. And tomorrow we'll discuss the responsive web designing. This is our responsive web designing page. We'll just follow this. So the idea behind the responsive web designing is this is the layout on the desktop. The same layout, how it appears on the tablet, this one, and how does it appears on the phone, smartphone, tablet, and desktop. One page in 3 different devices. Okay, development would be only one time. Development effort is only one time, but how does it appears on the different devices? That is about the responsive web designing. We'll speak about it tomorrow. So first of all, the viewport is very important here. Without this viewport meta tag, we cannot work it out on the, so we cannot solve the responsive web designing without this viewport meta tag. Okay. And first, after the viewport, we'll go for the grid view.
Hello.
Yeah, Payal.
So till what time do we have the class today?
Yeah, just 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm about to close the session. Just giving you a rough idea only.
Okay, no problem.
So this is a grid view. Okay. The grid view, like we have 12 different different types of breakpoints here. 12 different breakpoint means this is the 1, 2, 3. So what is the space of this div acquired here? These three boxes actually acquired three breakpoints. 1, 2, 3. They occupied till the third breakpoint. Then the 4, 5, 6. 6 means that is the center of the screen. Then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 means the pure 100% space. So 30% space of the screen if you'd like to occupy, you can make the column 3. Center of the screen 6. Total screen 12. Okay. I'll let you know what are the breakpoints, what are the 12 different types of breakpoints, what are the advantages of this, and the media queries. Okay. After this, the responsive web designing framework, that is Bootstrap framework we'll be using. Fine. Any questions? Anything else from your side?